So here's basically our build compilation of what we got on camera. We didn't start doing a lot of editing or filming or anything because honestly, just after hours, not a lot of time, just trying to get what we could done on the car. So now we start prepping the frame rail for the new motor plate and mid plate for the SMX. A lot to fit in there, including 2 big turbos, piping, headers, all that good stuff. So a lot to fit in a little package. So in all my searching on Amazon and Marketplace and all that good stuff like that, we couldn't find any headers that fit your Camaro factory frame rail car with an SMX in it. So unfortunately, we had to build our own headers, which took multiple days of fitment, trial and error, fitment again, breaking stuff apart, tacking it back together, before we get to the point where we finally get to do the fun stuff and back purge and weld it all out. This custom fitment stuff, it's not easy, it's not quick, but it is a necessary evil when it comes to building a custom hot rod like this. So now as you can see, we've got the headers in, turbos are hanging, everything hot side wise pretty much wrapped up, build the down pipes, but power plant's in, turbos are hanging, headers are on. Pretty successful day right there. Now with the transmission, we ended up running a lockup converter this year. The original mount setup for the trans was set up for a non-lockup transmission converter setup, which meant I needed to cut out and move the mount back an inch. So we had to reposition the trans mount basically. So a little bit of fab, a little bit of tacking in new brackets and making a couple modifications and stuff like that. But all in all, not a big deal. Now that everything's done on the mock-up, everything's painted, chassis is looking good, did a nice epoxy paint, underneath, inside, outside, engine bay, all the good stuff like that. We get to start putting the motor back in for hopefully the last time, start final assembly, final fitment of everything. As you can see, the oil lines are already on the back, those are the drains. They're on already because you can't get them on once it's in the car. Such a tight fit from the back of the heads to the firewall, being a factory firewall car. So kind of like a big puzzle piece. You know, a lot of this stuff has to be planned out, thought out, and done in advance. Otherwise, you're gonna be taking it back apart and redoing it again. So luckily, we take a lot of pride in thoroughly thinking through our processes. So one super common mistake, it's easy to make, is not having the correct converter spacing. We see it a ton, kills the pump, tears up all sorts of stuff. We actually ran into an issue where we weren't able to get proper spacing because everything was a little too tight, so we actually had to put a shim between the bell housing and the transmission on this one. So kind of set us back a day, but all in all, at the end of the day, everything's got to be right. Otherwise, going together wrong doesn't really solve anything, because then it just comes back together because it's broken.
Just once it's close, let me know. You can stab it and then go up in.
Yeah, it's close.
One of the hottest topics and criticisms we seem to be getting about a lot of the piping on the cold side is the pie cuts. They're not there because we wanted to add that wow factor, extra look factor, or anything. Literally, the only reason they're there is because we could not get the dimensions we wanted in the restraints that we had to work with. You can't mandrel bend something any tighter than an X center line. So in certain cases, it's just your hands forced to do pie cuts. Unfortunately, it is what it is. There's no flow issues, no flow restrictions, just a lot of added work, and it's not because we want to.